And we are back once again with Slime Isekai Memories. Today we are here continuing the story events that I missed out on. So today we are going to do The One Unleashed, Velodora Slime Observation Journal. So yeah, this is, if I remember correctly, this was from Velodora's time trapped in Rimuru. The big day is finally here. Rimuru is going to set me free, and he's heading back to where it all began to do it. How appropriate. Gabriel looked thrilled to be left in charge of the place in the meantime. That's nothing compared to the joy I'm feeling, though. You seem pleased, Lord Velodora. Oh yeah, this was the most shocking thing to me when I first played this. That Ifrit could speak. Yeah, like how we saw him originally when he was fighting Shizu. And when he came back for a little bit, just to help Rimuru, when Rimuru, like, summoned him, he was still acting like a wild beast. So I was really surprised that he could even talk, that he can become sentient. Ahaha! So you noticed, Ifrit? Honestly, the way you've been acting, it's hard not to notice. Let's get a good look at these two. Yeah, I kind of like how they became good friends in that time. Whenever, like, Ifrit was absorbed inside Rimuru, yeah, I thought that was the end of Ifrit. Like, Velodora killed him, or something. Like, we were never gonna see Ifrit again. I suppose it is pretty obvious. But who can blame me? After all these years, I'm going to be released from unlimited imprisonment. Also, like, he's not voicing this again. I guess just like the Diablo one, they forgot to put lines where they voice. Yep. What I should do once I'm out. I think there should be like a comma or something in here. Rimuru's been wanting to defeat the Demon Lord Clayman. Perhaps I'll go and show him what for. Lord Velodora, allow me to give you some advice. What is it? Once you're free, you should probably avoid doing anything too impulsive. Also, let's get a good look at this picture. Yeah, this is a pretty nice picture of just Velodora talking to... Although, Velodora, shouldn't he be, like, I don't know, like 10 times bigger than Ifrit? He seems kind of small here. Oh, you don't say. Fine, let me spell it out for you. If you keep acting without thinking, you're only gonna cause more trouble. It's not like Ifrit to be so forward. More trouble? Ifrit, when have I ever done anything to cause you trouble? Are you serious? Pardon me. I was just a little surprised. Really? Yes, really. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, that's not important. Let me get back to the point. Think about everything Great Rimuru has done up until now. He always consults his allies before making a move. Yes? Yeah, it's so weird that Ifrit is also calling Rimuru Great Rimuru. Even though, like, Rimuru kind of enslaved him inside and made him submit. So now he's respecting him. But yeah, I wonder what gave him the intelligence. Was it Velodora that was able to do something like give him magicules to be able to learn? Velodora taught him how to actually talk, read, do all that stuff? Or at least speak? Or was it something inside Rimuru, like just being in there, that gave him the power to actually communicate? True, he's very considerate of others. There! That's exactly what I'm talking about! Hmm? You've seen through the very heart of the matter. I have. Of course I have. Such a matter is child's play for a monster as perceptive as me. Carry on. Ifrit's world had put me in a good mood. I was curious to hear what he'd come out with next. Then let me put it this way. Consideration for others is the key to everything. I don't know, something's weird about this, considering it's Ifrit that's saying consideration for others is key. Just like how he considered Shizu when taking over her body, so he can be free. So, I don't know, something's funny about that. Ah, I see. It really is just as I said before. I suppose, but I have more to say on the matter. Very well. Consideration. Ha! If it worries too much, none of Rimuru's underlings are half so considerate as me. Take Shion. Even death didn't teach her any restraint. Not so long ago, she tore Gabata apart with a few careless words. Such a blunder would be out of the question for me. Guild has potential, I'll give him that, but he's far too reserved. He could stand to be a little bit more assertive. As for Shuna, her heart is in the right place, but she lacks the strength to back it up. And Benimaru is too reliant on Rimuru. Rimuru has plenty of subordinates, but I'm really the only one worthy of standing as his equal. That I mean, he's not a subordinate at that point. If anyone's equal in power to the leader, that usually means they're either a different leader of a different, like, army, company, whatever you want to call it, or they're like family or something like that. Which, they're both Tempest in last name, so they should be equal footing. You are powerful, Lord Velodora. No one can deny that. Indeed. But that power sets you apart from others. Naturally. That wasn't a compliment. You should reel it in a little. What do you mean? You've been thinking about going to defeat Demon Lord Clayman on your own, haven't you? Like, I thought it was gonna be the entirety of the time he was stuck inside Rimuru, but no, I forgot. This is like the in-between when Rimuru finally became an awakened Demon Lord. From Rimuru coming to the cave to Set Velodora free. Which is like, a lot of conversation is happening just for that time. Which, I don't know how long it took Rimuru to walk there or fly there. However Rimuru got there. But Rimuru is pretty fast, and for them to have this long of a conversation, that is kind of whack. Also, I don't know if this is canon, quote-unquote, because I forget if this is original story by Fuse, just like most of the other like little cutscene event stories. I have to go check that after I'm done. But yeah, I also have an older version of this that I did when I was barely starting out on Slime. So if you guys want to go watch that, the unlisted video is probably going to be in the description or comments. How did he know that? And is he saying I shouldn't? I have no idea what you're talking about. Really? Of course. Would I lie to you? I feel like it would be admitting defeat to own up to it now. Alright. But if you want to stand by Great Rimuru as his friend, there's one thing you should bear in mind. Also, it is just weird that Ifrit is the one giving him the friend speech, being like, this is what you should do if you're a great friend. How many friends has Ifrit have? Or is he just that one guy who has like none of the relationships that would get him in trouble that this advice would be helpful for? And so he's just giving his third-party advice to whoever needs it, even though they never use this advice because they don't have friends. As the one who set you free, he'll be seen as responsible for anything you do from here on out. That makes you something of a mixed blessing. So yeah, the one he can call on for power, but if the power starts going wild and destroying things that Rimuru doesn't want to be destroyed, he'll also be a curse. Even with the best of intentions, you could end up making a bad situation worse. As one of the strongest monsters around, you have a duty to consult with others before acting. I don't know how I feel about this line. I think he can do whatever he wants, but yeah, it's like, being considerate of your friends is pretty good, but no one can tell him what to do. I see. You wouldn't want Great Rimuru to start hating you, would you? Definitely not. I might cry. I do love Velodora's character so much. Like how he can be so childish, but yet so cool at the exact same time. In that case, try to be mindful of the consequences of your actions. And promise me, you'll practice a little more patience and restraint from now on. Alright, I'll do that. I nodded agreement and promised Ifrit I'd do as he suggested. A moment later, okay, I'm gonna let you out now. Velodora! I heard Rimuru calling for me, and my heart took flight. Freedom at last, I thought. I'd have to wait at least another century. It seems so sudden. Everything is going to change. From this day on, I'll be by Rimuru's side, assisting him in all matters. Or, at least, that's what I thought. Where was the excitement, the praise, and adulation for my triumph revival? Rimuru is just as calm and composed as always. Did I do something wrong? I mean, considering Rimuru was the one carrying Velodora the entire time, is it really that special? Like, I know it's special for Velodora because he's free and can do anything he wants now. But for Rimuru, that was holding him for, I forget, like 2 years? 3 years? Somewhere around that amount of time. It was like, okay, I'm working to get Velodora out. I will get him out. But, I mean, they were pretty good friends, but I can't say exactly the best of friends until after Revival. Could he have found out about me spying on him and the things he's been doing? I thought I covered my tracks, but perhaps not. It would explain why things felt so awkward between us. Also, yeah, that would be pretty awkward not seeing your best friend or good friend for like 3 years. Would be hard to start a conversation with someone after that long. I still have one more trick up my sleeve. Though, this will surely make Rimuru see me in a different light. Oh! I feel something inside me changing, evolving. My unique skill, Inquirer, has become Faust. My tireless search for the truth in all things has manifested itself as this unparalleled new power. I practiced that line over and over again, just for an occasion like this, and I pulled it off perfectly. So why? Hey, that's great. I'm happy for you. Rimuru just brushed the whole thing off. How can this be? I don't think anyone would blame me for feeling perplexed. But this is no time to mope. I ought to be celebrating my newfound freedom. Rimuru, who even used enhanced body double to give me a whole new body, and it is glorious. It fits like a glove, right down to the last magicule. Maybe this is because of me being inside Rimuru for so long. The intermingling of our magicules has made us so alike. This body is a perfect match for me. What a stroke of luck! Or did he plan for it to happen this way? No reply. Isn't this usually where... Affirmative. A body strong enough to support a true dragon spirit was stipulated in advance. Ah, there it is. I suppose I'm no longer directly linked to Raphael now. I'm my own entity again. No Ifrit either, naturally. It feels a little strange to be out on my own. He misses being inside Rimuru. Ifrit, I promised you. I try to be more patient and restrained. Now seems like a good time to put that into practice. Eager as I am to start assisting Rimuru, for now, I'll ease into things and just talk to him. Rimuru asked me to learn to suppress my aura, so I began training at once. This is actually pretty difficult. Here I thought it would be an easy way to get some praise. What's wrong with me? It's all because I have so many magicules. Humans and weaker creatures could perish just from being near me. Monsters have some resistance against my aura, but even they had their limits. Rimuru was right. I had to learn to control it. Yeah, okay, I don't remember all of this whenever Velodora was set free. So I guess they kind of expanded the time before they headed out of the cave. Which is interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got it like instantly to suppress his aura in the anime episode. I didn't feel like I was making any progress though. If anything, I was stronger than ever. At this rate, I'd never be able to stop my aura from spilling out. Maybe it was the pressure getting to me, but I just couldn't seem to focus. Maybe it was the pressure getting to me, but I just couldn't seem to focus. After 3 days, I was no better off than when I started. If only somebody could give me a hint. No sooner had that thought crossed my mind when... Also, I have to just go back. Did they really spend that long in there? I could have sworn it was a quick little visit to the cave, set Velodora free. They had like a tiny conversation. Rimuru told him to like turn down his power, and then they just came out and went to Tempest. I could have sworn that's what happened, but if they spent 3 days in there, that's kind of crazy. Question. Can you hear me? Yes? No. It had been too long since I last heard that voice. It's been 3 days, apparently. So, it has not been that long. I'm touched, Raphael. So, you've come to offer me aid in my time of need. Negative. I am simply here to verify your soul corridor was successfully... You're a terrible liar. I did notice that Rimuru was restructuring his abilities. And this is Raphael we're talking about. She probably worked all this out with her analytical appraisal the moment I was revived. In which case, there's no question she'd have set up a soul corridor immediately. Why would she wait until now to appear, if not to help me? Affirmative. I regret to admit it, but you are correct. Aha! I knew it! Now, how about a reward for my correct guess? Maybe the secret of controlling my aura? Affirmative. I recommend you use this as a reference. Oh, images from Raphael are being sent directly into my mind. These soul corridors certainly save a lot of time, and thanks to these images, I know what it is I must do. What Raphael showed me was the most sacred of texts, one I had read avidly so many times before. And that meant it was time for my Velodora killing arts to take center stage. After that realization, the rest was easy. Notice, decrease in aura emission from the individual Velodora confirmed. Yes, This is it. This will allow me to keep my aura in check, so it won't harm those weaker than me. It would take time for me to fully master it, but this was an important step forward, nonetheless. If anything went awry, Rimuru would probably step in anyway. For now, I consider the matter settled. What do you think, Rimuru? Are you satisfied? Yep. Looks like you finally got a hold of that aura of yours. He noticed. He appreciates me. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. Haha, quahaha. It's a simple matter for one as great as me. Raphael may have helped, but there's no need to go into that. I achieved what I set out to do, and that's what matters. This means I can finally be introduced to the rest of Rimuru's allies. I'm a little excited. Will they pay me with the proper amount of respect and reverence? I don't have Ifrit to help me plan my next move anymore. Who'd have thought being out on my own would leave me feeling so vulnerable? As a special favor, I will open a soul corridor between the individuals Velodora and Ifrit. You may now use thought communication to ask his advice, if need be. You can do that. Thank you, Raphael. You truly live up to your name as an ultimate skill. And could it be you're more kind-hearted than you appear on the surface? Negative. You are mistaken. I love this trend over the past couple of years where Rimuru and Velodora are both kind of, I wouldn't say mocking Raphael, but kind of like jokingly being like, "Aw, you care about us," or "You're doing something because you want to help us out." Like showing that Raphael truly cares about these two that she watches over, instead of like just being a cold, heartless, I don't know. I can't even say Raphael's a machine, but like just an uncaring, analytical machine. Ah ha ha ha. No need to be so modest. You were worried about me, were you? I promise, I won't let this goodwill go to waste. Hello, Ifrit, can you hear me? Yes, it's only been 3 days. Did you get lonely already? Fool! Of course not. It was Raphael who set up this connection, for your sake, no doubt. I think it's so sweet that Velodora has 2 super good connections, actually technically 3, to Rimuru, to Raphael, and to Ifrit. Those are probably his like best friends slash the people he trusts the most. Like probably once he does get into Tempest, like he thinks of everyone as a subordinate that are pretty reliable, but forever there's gonna be the 3 that he'll always care about and probably do anything for. Whatever you say. That's odd. He doesn't sound the least bit troubled. Yeah, he probably was happy to have at least 3 days without Velodora being the top dog in Rimuru's stomach. Are you lonely without me? Not really. Raphael is good enough to show me a glimpse of the outside world, so I never get bored. What? That's got to be against the rules. I mean, that's literally what Raphael was doing for him. Unless he was somehow able to do it, like, inside Rimuru's stomach without Raphael. Not that I'm the one to talk, considering I've spied on Rimuru myself in the past. It is nice to hear from you, though. I'm relieved you haven't forgotten me. Now you're your own monster again. Okay, something kept tripping me up when I was saying this. Like, it's weird how it says "you're" twice. I'm relieved you haven't forgotten me. Now you're your own monster. Like, I don't know, just seeing two yours next to each other, it's so weird. Ifrit. How gauche of me. Now I think of it, I left Ifrit all alone in Rimuru's stomach. I have no idea what gauche is. I was so excited about getting out, I never stopped to consider how he might feel. Ifrit, let me make you another promise. I vow to release you from that place, someday. I think I kind of remember this from the first time I played this event. So, I do think this is a bit ridiculous, because Ifrit's not sealed there, I'm pretty sure. Like, Rimuru didn't put any seals on him. Ifrit didn't have any seals before he got inside Rimuru. It's just Rimuru took him in there, like, to initially eat his abilities like how he normally does. But Velodora saved him from being eaten by Rimuru. So literally he can be released at any time. Probably if Velodora just asked, Rimuru would just release Ifrit. So I don't know, I feel like this is kind of weird. Like, I don't know if the writers of the game forgot this or what. Heh. Thank you. I'll hold you to that. Naturally. And in the meantime, you can work with Raphael to improve your skills. What? This is sounding like more and more of a raw deal for me. Wah ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. Like, what's so bad about him trying to improve his skill? I don't understand why he's complaining about that. That seems like a good thing. And plus, he's got nothing better to do. Don't worry, my friend. I always keep my word. I'm a lot like Rimuru that way. And I don't think it will take all that long either. I'll talk to you again then. Please do. I'm sure I wouldn't be able to focus on my training if I wasn't absolutely sure you were all right. Aw, I love how they're just so much caring for each other. As much as they try and hide it from each other, that they do care about each other. This is like the ultimate bromance. Maybe even better than Rimuru's and Velodora's, considering how Rimuru has treated him, at least so far in the anime and, you know, movies, OVA, and all that. When did you get so insolent? Oh well, it's a sign of progress in a way. Isn't insolent like whenever a subordinate or somebody is acting out against someone of higher power? I mean, I guess Velodora still has some kinks to work out in his personality before considering people that he deems friends as equals. Speaking to Ifrit has calmed me somewhat. Rimuru's allies are waiting for me just outside the cave. I'm ready. I'll keep my cool and introduce myself as Rimuru's friend. This will be the first day of my own great adventure. Huh, is this line wrong? This will be my first day, my own great adventure. I think they forgot of. The first day of my own great adventure. I'm pretty sure they forgot of. The end. I hereby conclude my slime observation report, for time being, at least. I'll continue to observe Rimuru and his fascinating behavior, but I'll be taking more active part in his life from now on. One day, I hope to be able to share my findings with you all, not to mention some thrilling tales of my own achievements. Ha 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 ha. Wah ha 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 ha. Until we meet again. Like, this is so weird. It kind of reminds me of like the Looney Tunes endings where it's like they see you. See you later, folks, or whatever exactly they say at the end, where they talk to the audience. Alright, that's the end of that for now. Yeah, I always was wondering if they were gonna make another one of these, like a part 2 or something, to where we can see like Ifrit's events, or like see what he thinks of everything, like since he was eaten, or something. I don't know if they're waiting to make one until he's released. But yeah, I was expecting that because like Velodora slime observation journal, like that makes me think that there would be probably an Ifrit slimes observation journal or something like that, because that kind of seems to make sense. Maybe we'll see it some other time. Also, I did think there was gonna be another like Velodora one at some point, considering he says I'll continue to write about my observations. But yeah, I guess like considering the main series you mostly see what he's up to, he really doesn't have to write in a journal for us to know, the audience. But yeah, that was a interesting little event down memory lane, and this time actually being able to post instead of like, I think when I was originally gonna post that right after setting Velodora free is when I was gonna originally release that video, but I just never got around to it. Alright, I just wanted to show this. This is the unreleased version that I'm gonna put unlisted in the comments or description of the video. But yeah, so this was a original author scenario by Fuse, so that is interesting to say the least. This was the original picture art that they had. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Slime Isekai Memories, the one unleashed, Velodora's Slime Observation Journal. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to follow me on all my social medias, like my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, my D-Line, my TikTok, my Kick, Rumble, Odyssey, and Dailymotion. Make sure to check out my second YouTube channel, and like and comment on all my videos, and even join my Discord. There you can stay up to date with everything I choose to, whether my streams, videos, or anything else. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!